they did what I think they do, and they do well, is they don't make mistakes, they don't give you anything, they force you to come beat them, and they have their moments on counters and set pieces from time to time. So, and I think they executed that well. For us, we had opportunities. I think we left some real opportunities maybe on the table that we probably should have gotten more out of. And I thought we needed to be a little bit more aggressive on the flanks. I thought too many times we get into the flanks, into real attacking positions, and we cut back and we play sideways or backwards when we really need to attack them out of those positions. Because when we went backwards or sideways, they got numbers behind the ball, became crowded in the middle of the field, and then our attacks sort of got bogged down. So, but I mean, aside from that, it was a hard-fought game in tough conditions. Wind was definitely playing tricks on the ball a little bit, so it was hard to read it, and the field was definitely really quick. Anytime we played in behind and Sebastian was trying to take balls on the run, it was definitely skipping, and there were some tough times, but that was for both teams. So.
Is it frustrating getting the 0-0 after a week when I saw you also got the 3-1 victory, or was this just a game where you'll take the point because it's DC?
I mean, I think we definitely would prefer 3 points. I think we left opportunities on the table to take 3 points, but you don't always make those opportunities. You hope more times than not you do, and today we didn't. Was happy that we kept the shutout. I don't think they posed a ton in terms of attacks. They were definitely looking for transition, and they're always a bit dangerous on set pieces. But aside from that, I thought the game was pretty much in control, and we needed to break them down and get a goal. If we get a goal, then the look of the game changes a little bit, and maybe they come out and look to push some more numbers forward. But at the end of the day, the onus was on us to go pick up the first goal, and we left, like I said, opportunities on the table and didn't. We wanted 3 points. We felt like we could have taken 3 points, and we just didn't on the day. We just missed opportunities.
So bigger picture, does this feel like a bit of a missed opportunity? You've had 3 games at home, have 9 possible points, you got 4, but now you have another road stretch plus Gold Cup. Does it feel like you missed a bit of a chance to build up a position?
I think we could have taken more points out of the week for sure, but it also is it's a matter of execution, and coming the first game against New York, coming off of a bye week, my concern is that we would start a little sluggish or a little slow. We did. I thought the performance Wednesday was a good one, and today I knew by the third game you start to feel it in the legs a little bit, and we needed to be a little sharper. And between tough conditions and just maybe a little bit of lack of that final action or final touch, we just didn't take the points. But again, I thought the group worked hard all week, and we definitely, for me, it wasn't a step back. It was maybe a couple points lost out of the week that I think we should have taken. But at the end of the day, if we're looking at a target as being DC, they didn't pick up any ground in us. There's still 5 games ahead of us, and we continue to move forward. We have a lot of home games in front of us, even though we have a short little away stretch here. But for me, it was another day where we just we missed some opportunities, but that happens in this game. You gotta take what you get.
You guys, can you just assess where you guys are on the table right now? July's kind of the midway point of the season. Are you happy where you are? Do you think you could be higher? Or
I always think we could be higher. I mean, I thought even at the beginning of the year we went through some growing pains, but I thought even then we probably had some points on the table that we could get. But that's the way I approach everything with our group, is that we're playing for 3 points at the end of the day, and I think we've outplayed a lot of teams, but we either make, early on in the season we were making some individual mistakes that I thought cost us points, and in this particular game we just didn't finish some opportunities where I thought we got into really good areas. Balls were played into good areas where maybe they were nicked and we weren't able to pick up the second ball as we were running through the box. Just a number of little moments like that. But in terms of where we are on the table, I think we're in a good spot. I think we've learned a lot about ourselves in the first half of the season, and I think if you just look at our last 8 or 9 games, we're trending in the right way and playing good soccer, and I think continue to get better. Obviously, we lose some guys here to the Gold Cup, which is going to give some guys opportunities to step up and perform. But we're also getting healthy at this moment, which is also a positive as we're seeing guys come back. But everybody has to deal with that. That's MLS, and we need to just keep pushing forward. But we also have a lot of home games in front of us too to finish off the season and the latter part of the season that are going to be important.
Midway through the first half, it looked as though, from my perspective, that Boswell came from behind on Tremenko well off the ball. Did you see the play? Did you review it afterwards? What did you see?
I haven't seen it yet. I don't have enough of a comment on it, but to me it seemed like a similar situation where a ball transition, the defender finds himself in a little bit of a tough position, and instead of tracking maybe a Sebastian's quick check and go in behind you, you get a piece of him a little bit, and it doesn't allow him to make that run, you know. So it's one of those kind of off the ball fouls where you get the forward before he actually gets you on a turn and run. So, but I didn't actually see the physical contact of it because I was looking at something else. But I would take a look at it later. I don't have a much more comment on that.
17 shots at goal. How much do you think the conditions played into you guys maybe not getting one on the score sheet?
I think a fair amount, you know, and some of it was the shots on goal. Some of it was just the final touch where I thought maybe we could create separation, and we didn't get that final touch right to gain a little bit of time where we could then pick up our head and pick a corner out. Just little moments like that where we're normally a little bit cleaner, and we weren't as clean today. I also, again, like I said, I think we had more shots in us. If we'd have been more aggressive in certain areas of the field over the course of the game, I think we had more opportunities out there for us, and sometimes we chose to pull out and play in possession and try to create even a better opportunity when we needed to be more aggressive. But the conditions were tough for sure, and maybe led to some of the slightly missed touches that didn't give us as clean a look as maybe we wanted to.
Is it encouraging that 2 games against DC you looked at least the better team on the field?
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, it's for us. Right now they're the team that we're chasing amongst others, but they're at the top of the table, and last year won the Eastern Conference, so they're the team we're going after. So I feel confident, though. I feel like in most games, I feel like we're the better team, and it's just a matter of us being clean on the defensive end and taking our opportunities on the attacking end. But as this game is, that sometimes it doesn't always go your way, and today I felt like that was a little bit of us on the attacking side especially.
How aggressive are you guys being, with the market opening up and bringing in players to help you for a playoff push or when you get to the playoffs, or is your roster pretty much set?
I'd say we're being calculated more than just aggressive. I think for us we don't have a lot of moves in us. If it's anything, it's 1 or 2 moves, and it's got to be very calculated, and that can make our team better, whether it's deeper or better with our group. And so we're trying to be smart about how we do it as we look both into the short term, but also into the long term as we go into next year.
Greg Vanney says he's back in Toronto. Has he kind of been recalled for this month?
Yeah, his loan was for a certain amount of time, so he's back, and we'll decide where he fits in as we go look forward.
When do you need to call and fill in for Shaver the last few games?
I think Colin was excellent. I thought his physical presence, the amount of balls that he won and challenges that he won and plays that he broke up. Not only was he able to do that, but a lot of those he turned into possessions for us. Right, he kept the ball, which I think is a great skill and an art. And I think he did an excellent job, and I expect that he will continue to do that job. He's a very good midfielder. He brings some toughness to our midfield, and he wins some challenges. He will commit the foul when he needs to commit the foul. He plays like a veteran midfielder, and so I think he was excellent playing on the wide part of the diamond. I thought he did a very good job sitting in, which is sometimes more of his natural position. But I think he's done very well just in general since he's been in there.
How confident are you that we're going to see Stephen Caldwell again this season?
I'm confident. He's working hard. He's back. He'll be back into some training next week. It's just a matter of seeing how he responds. But so far, everything he's done, he feels good, and it's not pushing him too fast, but allowing him to. He's almost going through a preseason again in some ways, right? And so it's allowing him the time to continue to gain fitness, at the same time push him forward so that he can become active sooner rather than later, and we'll see how everything responds accordingly.
Do you change the way you play it all going into LA, just because of who they are and where the game is? Travel, or do you go down there despite not having some of the guys and go in and play the game that we've seen you play the last few weeks?
Yeah. I think we'll consider all our options. We really spent a lot of time focusing on these three matches. Now we have a week to prepare for LA. I don't suspect we'll change too much, but as you say, it's traveling all there. It's actually a very big field that they play on. There's a number of factors that we'd have to take into consideration, but I think we understand who we are and how we play, and to change too much up may not be a great thing. So I suspect we'll be pretty similar to how we've been.